Here is the area that we want to plant our orchard. As you can see, that tree there on the right is the far perimeter on one side. Those trees in the far horizon are where it's going to end. And then over here on the left, those trees are where it's going to have the far perimeter. Behind me, you can see we have this whole entire area is sloped. And so I've been doing some research trying to figure out, how do I lay out our orchard in this to maximize the capacity of the available land that we have and still have it be somewhat aesthetically pleasing. But our attempt is to kind of make a spider web where we're going to start here at a central point and then we're going to radiate out with lines of rows of trees, and then it's going to have an arc at the top, and each row will arc in closer back to this central point. We've gone out to about 150 feet or so. I'm going to do the last concentric ring together so you see how I did it. Drop that over, and our string, as you can see, is anchored here. I pull tight. It's pulling against the rod. This is just extra that I need to pull out, and it just gives us a nice neat way to contain that string. Here's where we had a row. We're coming up here. Here's another row. Our final one that we did was 150 or so. Right here. Here's our 165. We get it nice and tight, and we are ready to paint. I gotta go get the paint. We only have 50 trees or 60 that we're putting in this year. We've already platted out 100 locations. And this last ring will give us probably another 20 locations or so. And so the reason why I'm spending all this time even before we have the trees is because I used that center stake to draw or mark out my concentric circles. Once I plant the trees in, I can't do this anymore. I can't use that string and make a nice smooth arc because I'll have trees that will obstruct the flow of the string. So I'm marking everything out now. We're gonna use the paint, mark the circles, then mark the locations, and then finally we're gonna put flags in and have everything marked for subsequent years as we wanna add to our orchard and increase it. But now we have everything already outlined and we're prepared for expansion. We got our 165 feet measurement. We're gonna take this string, the one that's anchored, and then we're gonna just wrap that string around here, and then I'm gonna tug it up to this 165, okay? Now that's my starting point, okay? Now this is just gonna track me. What we're doing is just using that tape and that string, putting tension against the string, and we're marking. And I'm pulling constantly to keep similar tension. And here we are. And as a bonus, I get to eat a wild strawberry. That'll be fun. Here we go. To Victor go the spoils. Tastes gross. Maybe it wasn't a strawberry. Now we're ready to mark out our 15 feet spacing on this radius, or on this arc. We have finally got all of our area platted out for our orchard, and we are going to use Old Yeller to dig out the holes for our trees. Anthony and Victoria are busy just scouring through these potted trees that we bought from Costco of all places, making sure that none of the roots have circled back in on themselves, or growing up in or growing inward. And so everything looks pretty good here. We're going to take these roots and just make sure they're free when we put them in, that they are coming out instead of in. When we're ready to plant, see, these will be falling down where we want them, okay? And that prevents, I think the word is root bound. Now that we've done this, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dig out a hole. We want the hole to be about 3 times the diameter of this root ball, okay? So this is about, you know, about 1 foot or so, 14 inches. And we're gonna go ahead and triple that. So we're gonna have about a 3.5 foot opening. And we don't wanna go too deep because we wanna have that part at ground level. And if we do go a little deep, we can take some of our potting soil and put that down underneath it to raise it up. Want to go left, so push. Right, and now. That's right. Down. And then this goes out, in, and pull the left. So just take it twice. Like that. Yeah, look at that. Here we are.
That looks good.
All right, will you hold it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do my best this year to pack some of this around.
And do we want to try to fill it in with exclusively topsoil?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this around it so the roots have an immediate soft area to work into. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like this.
And then the rest of the corners of the square you can fill in with random dirt.
That's what I'm thinking. We're almost there. Ooh. A lot like work.
Yeah.
Okay.
My arm's getting real tired.
Oh, that's perfect. And yeah, I like it. You can go ahead, do the next one. Can I get a bag of mulch, please?
Sure, it's right here.
Thank you.
You have our permission.
You are a giver. Let's get our grass here on this downhill side, because we have the hill and the water is naturally going to want to run downhill. With that, we want to make a shelf for the water to pool right there at the base of the tree.
Can we get Anthony to help since he's just riding around? I feel bad since you're doing it by yourself.
Can I please have some help?
Help!
Can you please help me?
Somebody help!
Instead of showing off for the camera.
Here, I'll start videoing.
All up close to it, yeah. All right, buddy. I think we're ready now to get some of this stuff. Do you want to go put some more on that one now?
Sure.
Thanks.
Nothing like soggy socks. I just love that sensation.
You do?
Reminds me of Trek.
I actually have fond memories of Trek.
Me too.
Same, I
But
loved
the
it.
Soggy socks reminds me of Trek. That's good water.
Hose water is always so satisfying because you only drink it when you're working and tired.
That's true.